Have I played any Toski in Modern? Well, I was the first person to play Toski in Modern, I think. But yeah, the card's playable. Alright, keeping this. A little slow on the draw, though. Opponent's Bolt to 6, no companion. Am I going on another trophy race? Not at the moment. Right now, I'm just kind of having fun working on decks and stuff. I might trophy race this season. I might do it next season. I'm gonna do it at some point, but at the moment, I'm not like committed to trophy racing. What's my favorite soda? Mr. Pibb. Yeah, actually, yeah. I don't really like soda that much, but I do really like Mr. Pibb. So, here's the thing. Can I afford to wildfire my opponent's land here, or do I just have to wildfire myself? Because, like, we really need to wildfire our flagstones. I guess I can just, like, play Blood Sun next turn. Yeah, let's just do this. Yeah, shared with friends. We get a blue source next turn with the flagstones. Maybe we find Lotus Field. Seeing you're the first person to play Toski in a world full of 8-blade magic cards, some players self-centered. Yeah, maybe it's self-centered, but also like I played it like during set release, like immediately in set release, I played it on Magic Online, like within like hours of it being available, right? Like day one, I was Toskiing people in Stoneblade. And maybe I wasn't the first person to do it, but I was the first person to do it in a good deck. I was probably the first person to trophy with Toski. Yeah, but also like I'm pretty sure I was playing Toski like within an hour of it being available on Magic Online, or like about or maybe like the next day. Because like you have to wait for like limited to go up. In fact, I even think it's probably true. I think it's like very likely to be true. I was the first person to cast Toski in Modern. Please don't exile my Blood Sun. They're like definitely going to though. No, we did cast Cleansing Wildfire on our opponent's land. First person to cast Toski Modern seems unlikely, but possible. First to trophy is pretty believable. I almost can't believe that someone cast Toski before me. I almost can't believe that it happened. If I'm remembering correctly, and I was playing the card within within the first available range. Because like I don't think Toski was on many people's radar. Like it was on mine, and like specifically the banned Stoneblade deck. And it's obviously like a super dumb thing to argue about, and it's a super like it doesn't fucking matter at all, but I think it's probably true. Yeah, but I don't think it's like self-centered at all even to say, because it just like casting Toski first, like how does that even matter at all? I was watching everyone run at the same time. Spike was first. Yeah, I really think I was. But again, it doesn't matter. We can move on. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. Yeah, I guess if you were playtesting before everything came out, then you have beaten me and you've won this internet argument. Yeah, Lotus Field doesn't have hexproof, but if they minus on the Blood Sun, we can bounce the Blood Sun in response. So I was kind of hoping they would do that minus on the Lotus Field, like we bounce Blood Sun in response. I'm gonna get Sanctum of Ugin, which is being Blood Sunned at the moment. Kind of crazy that we're just. I think we're ahead at the moment. It's at least very close. Did I see something in the meta that made you feel this deck is good again? Not exactly the meta. More so that I realized that this deck was a really good home for Solitude and Chalice, which was not something I had been doing in the past. Obviously Solitude because it wasn't legal, but like Chalice like is a very good Chalice Prismatic Ending was not something you could do before. I just didn't realize how good a home it was for all these cards until I was just kind of sifting through my deck list recently. I did realize it. So they got another tower, so we have to choose between Urza's Mine and Power Plant here. So I'm just going to choose Power Plant. I think I'll put back everything besides the Deluge. I don't think I need to ending the map. Oh no, I want ending the map, obviously, because they just get drawn back. Didn't draw another. We didn't draw another Lotus Field. I think I'll ending the map here. It's kind of close between ending the map and wildfiring again. I think I like ending the map there. Yeah, we know that they have tower. We have no two other cards. Yeah, I don't think Tail's is good in this metagame. It's probably not coming back anytime soon. So I can't counter anything here. We're just going to have to accept whatever they do. They do have Tron. They have 8 mana. Okay, that one's beatable. That one's pretty beatable. Then another map. Star. I would have cracked that star first. Alright, so let's see what we see up the Deluge. I guess ending can answer the star. The Chalice one's not too bad either. They have a lot of 1-drops in their deck. So I'm going to start off by Wildfire, their Power Plant again. Pretty sure I'm plussing. Just settle this if we don't draw Solitude. That's a good draw too. I guess I can maybe try to find another Lotus Field. Let's put back... I want to keep the Chalice. I'll put back these 3. Oh, that's a lot of Lotus Fields. We can't Cryptic plus Settle. We're 1 card short. I'm gonna just let Teferi take 6 so I can hold a Cryptic. Kind of seems like a fine play. Is Flagstones and Bloodstone a Nombo? It's not a big Nombo, but yeah, it is a Nombo. Like you're often able to just shuffle them away. And it's my opinion that you need the Flagstones in this deck to like sack the Lotus Field. I think it's really hard to play this deck without the Flagstones. But it is a Nombo, yeah. That's just Memory Deluge. Okay, Deluge looking really sick. Maybe we want another copy. Let's take another Teferi and then maybe another Typhoon. And then here we get to go... I'm kind of missing the Nexus right now. It's not that big a deal. We get to go Hardcast Typhoon into Teferi, make a 5/5. Plus again, then we get 4 untaps, which I can use to like at least Solitude here, hold the Cryptic. Pretty good turn, huh? Pretty good turn. We would have lost this game really easily if they just exiled the Blood Sun when they could have, by the way. The game was very over if they did that. So I don't want to... Yeah, I guess I just brought out all the Chalices for Ragavans. Bring in the Forces, the Nexuses, Nexi. Got the Solitudes. I like the endings. So we have 1 Wear Tear, 1 Chalice, 1 Solitude. All of those seem fine. I think I'll play a Solitude on the draw. I think on the play this can snag a map. This matchup seems pretty good. Yeah, I love this deck though. It's one of my favorite decks. Put in Solitude for a 4th ending. I really like ending against Tron. Like ending on Star Scrying, Star Map, or Sphere on turn 1 is like often a very, very good play. I guess we don't have that much untapped white mana. on turn 1. They give a lot of triumphs, so that could be like a good case for sure. A lot of ins and outs to the case. Alright, let's mulligan this. My opponent's also mulled to 6. Yeah, here we have ending, but no white mana on turn 1. This hand is passable if we draw a land for Wildfire. But my opponent, I think I'm gonna go to 5 with my opponent here. And I reluctantly keep, I suppose, and then I guess put back these 2 cards. Do we not have a hardcast command? I think surely we've had one at some point. Maybe I'll actually keep Teferi over Force of Negation. It's probably fine. Yeah, surely we've had a hardcast command at some point. Yeah, I found ending to be like surprisingly good in this matchup. Alright, that's very, very good if we draw a red source and like still passable even if we are just playing this on turn 3. We can probably turn 4 Teferi, untap Lotus Field. Ending? Like, alright, I got my wish. It was kind of like a mediocre wish. Like that's kind of like a waste of a wish, maybe. Well, it is what I wished for there. I've definitely had more powerful wishes in the past. Ending? Alright, red source is very good too. Oh no, there was the ending! I guess they could still miss their land if we could ending here. It can go ending plus Teferi next turn. Wow. I love this deck. This deck's sick. I guess I'm going to minus on a map and then ending a map. Okay, I just conceded. Can we get a wish count? Let's keep this. Verdant Catacombs. Blood Crypt, okay. Goodbye, Chalice of the Void. Oh, goodbye, Prismatic Ending. I mean, I'm going to play Chalice. They must have written 6, but I don't have a different line than this. So if they go Rin and Sick, oh, they play Goyf. Okay, that's even better for us. I'm not going to Solitude yet. This is only a 2-3. Land will be good. Alright, that's land. That's good. Wait, they also took the ending when I didn't have any white mana. They must have an answer to the Chalice. I don't think anything else makes that much sense. Any Blood Suns in the chat? Any Spirebluff Canals? Okay, we do have a Blood Sun. It's pretty good here, of course. I guess I'll leave let's leave this untapped. So we could draw ending. Then Lotus Field is best possible draw though. This does grow the Tarmogoyf. Guess I'm discarding Cryptic. Gonna discard Spirebluff, but then we can't cast the Teferi next turn. Maybe you're right though. Lotus Field let me go Teferi into Solitude. They also can't crack that Mire. So we can be bolted now. We can be bolted, so I should probably chump a Goyf here, right? With the Solitude. Why not tap and draw? I mean, if they have another threat, tap draw is really bad for me. I can also draw any land and go Teferi into tap draw next turn. Which is like a way better turn to tap draw. So I can go ending, bounce draw. It's probably better than Teferi hope to spike a land and then lose if we miss. I guess I'll bounce draw main phase to play around Kolaghan's Command, making me discard Teferi. Any suggestions on paper decks for paper tournament meta? I mean, paper tournament meta is not a defined thing at all, and that tournament's also in November, and the metagame is going to change from now to November. I guess I'll play this, actually, and then Chalice with 1 to protect Teferi. It's so nice that you get to play your tap lands untapped with Blood Sun in this deck. Old Stick Fingers. I think that card's very cool and flavorful and not good. Okay, Ren's pretty good to kill my Teferi. Have a lot of good top decks here, of course. Cleansing Wildfire is fine. I don't actually know what basics they play. Shouldn't matter really. I guess they already have Forest in play, so I'll check at this. It shouldn't matter that much. Oh, I should not have tapped this because now I can't Solitude. You get to shuffle away the Goyf, which is nice. Okay, that kills Ren and 6. Not that Ren and 6 is doing that much. I guess it gets back their Blood Crypt. I guess we could have just targeted... Yeah, this shuffles the Goyf, which is more relevant. We could have also just targeted ourselves to Thin. That could have been better. Do you think Innistrad shook the format hard? It shook it a little bit. Not... I wouldn't say that it shook it, like, very hard, though. Just a little shook. Okay, so we get a Shark for our troubles. We have to discard this card, though. Maybe it'd be Memory Deluge. No, it's Lotus Field, which... You know, is 3 more mana, but it's not like we have anything to do with our mana at the moment. They're gonna kill my Shark? They are. Bummer. That's not a bad one. So it has Luris, 2 mystery cards. Usually one of each. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Liliana. Wait, I thought they put Luris in their hand. I guess I'm just going crazy. I guess they didn't reveal Luris. I thought for sure they put Luris in their hand already this game. Just, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Monkey. Yeah, Liliana of the Veil, the second most expensive modern card. I was seeing if having any tutorable graveyard hit was good in Rhinos. I see, so you knew the interaction. I don't know, it's just like... I feel like you would always want to play Endurance or Leyline instead, but I guess that's kind of fair. Like, you could just, like, cascade into it. But you also... It's not tutorable either. Wait, did you side out all your Crashing Footfalls? Because, like, you can't even guarantee that you're going to hit the Footfalls when you need it. But I did assume that you didn't know, so I guess that's makes you feel a bit better. Okay, Liliana's gonna get us, huh? The dynamic duo. Honestly, a little more scared of the Rin here, I think. I guess I could have chaliced on 0, but I feel like another one's better. We haven't seen a bobble yet this game. Why not 2? I've got 2 drops in my deck. I guess I don't have that many 2 drops. But I do have 2 drops. I'm gonna cast this. What do I do with it? If I minus, then they get to ping my Teferi. -3 Ren. They're not ultimating Ren, they're ultimating Liliana. I think we -3 on Liliana. No, because then it's like next turn they can plus Ren to play for an ultimate, right? But then I get to plus Teferi next turn, or they get to ping, and then they're like 3 more turns away from an ultimate now. They had another Liliana though, chilling. Discard Thoughtseize, big draw step. Any hard casters? No, I don't think we have any hard casters. Cycle in response to the plus. I don't want to cycle and have the minus. Then we get to kill the Liliana, and then pressure the Rin in 6. Okay, that's fine. So we have to kill Liliana. They're drawing another Liliana next turn, though, right? It's kind of a pain. They can't Croak, so they have a basic forest. And Bloodstone shutting off their fetches. Yeah, but now they make me sack the Shark. They ultimate Rin next turn. It's gonna be pretty tough to get out of this, but maybe not impossible. They pinged me? Okay, I won't be dead anyways. I can't believe they pinged me though. Ben, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Appreciate you, buddy. So I want the rest in peace. Maybe all 3. Maybe just 2. I want Chalice, maybe not the full 3 copies. I don't really want these settles. We have Wildfire and Bloodsun for Wear Tear. Yeah, I think we want all 3 reps. We can, like, you know, awakening them away, right? Ping puts you dead to Giant in second ping. Yeah, but I'm also, like... I'm also dead to their ultimate. And, like, if they ping, I can draw, like, an answer to the Ren or an answer to the Giant and be alive. Where I need to answer the Ren, like, for sure next turn, or I can't beat the ultimate, you know? Where, like, this allows me to, like, just answer the Ren. Or, sorry, I guess, yeah, answering the Ren, I go to 1, then I can answer the Giant next turn. I guess it's kind of the same. Or I could just answer the Giant next turn with a creature removal spell, which, you know, Ren dodges a lot of stuff. And then I can survive for another top deck. Do you take out Deluge you bring in through rep? Maybe you should. I don't know. Yeah, there's a story behind the Lobster Claw in the background. It's you know, not that exciting. But my partner Esther, she I bought us matching Crab Claw sets because we were watching a lot of Futurama, and then she, like, you know, wears them sometimes in the background. Yeah, not much of a story, but it's the truth. So playing the Canal is worse if I draw Lotus Field, but better if I want to play the second Canal, which I think with, like, the Cryptic I'll probably want to. Is one may reduce calculator just testing? It's testing, but I think it's pretty good. Might as well cycle in response, right? Discard Inquisition. I guess I play the Lotus Field. This is better if I draw Teferi. This, like, lets me cast the Solitude. I think I'll just discard the... I guess I'll discard the island. It's better if I draw a second Flagstones. Or yeah. And now I need to draw a land to exile the Kroxa. Or I guess white card also does the job. Land is way better for me, though. Alright, that is the land. That's way better. And I suppose I wait. I wait because they might plus Liliana before attacking with Kroxa. We might get a card out of their hand. A very clutch draw. Okay, they did exactly what I hoped they would. Discard Explosives. Spell Bomb. Kill Solitude. Wait, so they must have Luris in there. No, that's a Saga target, sorry. Alright, not a bad draw. I guess I maybe should have attacked first. I don't know. Not sure how it matters. Probably does somehow. Right, finally deal with the Shark. They have 2 cards left. Yeah, Cryptic is usually a bit better against Liliana when they have no cards in hand. Seems like a bad play. Kroxa attack would make this card. Well, yeah, I agree. Bounce Plains draw. I have so many 5-drops, though, is kind of the problem. I could bounce the Rest in Peace. Yeah, I kind of like that. Cause I like 4 Teferis in my deck, you know. I don't really want to bounce the 5th land. I'll discard the Chalice though. Okay, it's fine. So we're top decking. I feel like our top decks are much stronger than my opponents on average. I think. Maybe not. Yeah, they should be. They should be. Very whitelisted, for sure. Kind of worried about Alpine Moon. We'll see if they have it. Yeah, finally rebought MTGO Premium. Found it in the budget. That's the one we just tucked, right? Oh, no, it's not. Well, I do want to cycle this. I should probably go after one of the green sources, but I doubt it matters. I guess I'll hold the Chalice to discard. They might get to show off an old modern trick to like something. I feel like a lot of chatters won't know this trick. Oh, I have to counter this though. It would be way better if I play the Chalice. Okay, but the trick is if your opponent is empty-handed, and they have Liliana ticking, you +1, and you have Cryptic, they +1, and then you bounce a Liliana in response to the discard, and then they discard the Liliana. Yeah. It's an older trick, to be sure, but it checks out. Memory Deluge is great. I could actually flash it back this turn. Oh, I didn't float red mana, so I can't Blood Sun plus Lotus Field here, but I guess those are the 2 cards I'm taking. Chalice on 1. Play this. We can flashback Deluge. It's pretty sick. Reed Duke is up in that situation daily. I believe it. Alright, it's flashback Deluge in response here. Okay. John cannot beat, 4 cards, so no blaming them for the concession there, of course. Alright, I think I like my sideboard plan. Yeah, John cannot beat 4 cards. Also, active Teferi. Probably can't mulligan this. The lack of white mana. I mean, we have the Lotus Field, but it's a bit of a problem with this hand. We'll just draw it, I guess. Ah! White source, white source, white source! Yeah, I guess we didn't draw it, huh? Yeah, just rip the white mana. Oh, you gonna help me out, opponent? You gonna be a pal? Gonna cast the Blood Sun? That would be so funny if they cast it. There's no way. There's a chance. Boost, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Appreciate you, buddy. I guess I need to cycle here, probably. No, I'm not playing any Seachrome Coast. Just have so many Flagstones, Well, they're using mana before attacks to grow the Tarmogoyf. I guess I'll see. Now, if I cycle, I grow the Goyf, but obviously we could draw Solitude, and then that would be good. But I think the fact that we definitely grow. Oh, exile Sacred Foundry. Brutal. Okay, so hopefully we draw Blood Sun. That's how we get out of this. You love when they cast Shadow Spear. Can I afford to Typhoon for 1 here? I guess not. I mean, next turn we can go Rest in Peace, Prismatic Ending. This feels bad. Maybe I should have cycled for 0, but... Okay, love to see that. I'm gonna take 7 down to 6. So Lotus Field. Thank you, Ragavan. Okay, let's hope they just play like a second Goyf here or nothing. Well, kind of in it. Oh, the Goyf is still, it's still a 1-2. Goyf is still a 1-2. That's kind of funny. I'm gonna take it though. They probably have got some burn in their hand. Mitch the Quaker, 3 months. Thank you so much. Okay, that one's an 0-1. Alright, so I suppose we make a 2-2 to block the 1-2. Premier Magic the Gathering happening over here. Then we get to go to Teferi, untap Lotus Field, maybe into Solitude. That bricks. But now they probably don't attack. Okay, well I'm gonna make them use their removal spell, I guess. Not too bad though. So we go to 4, but they're out of cards. We get to go to Teferi, and we have Solitude up if we draw an untap land. Which we didn't do, but now we have a Typhoon, which is almost as good, to be honest. Okay, I'm not going to shock and die to Bolt. I think I'll just play the Fountain tapped. Yeah, getting hit by Ragavan sometimes just ain't that bad, you know? We died to Bolt anyways? No we don't. What are we talking about? How do we die to Bolt here? Okay, I drew Kolaghan's Command for turn. Now we die to Bolt. If we fade Bolt for like exactly this turn, we should be good, and we're good. Yes. Dude, we started off last league 3-0. We did end up 3-2, but we're just kind of doing it today. Maybe you're right. I think you're right, actually, yeah. So I guess it was relevant, huh? Have I considered not having fun? Well, I did a whole lot of not having fun. I mean, I enjoyed the competition, right? But like the grind itself was really, really taxing. How do you feel about Ragavan Days? I don't have opinions on Legacy really at the moment. I haven't been playing it. That being said, this is not like have people been playing? People been playing Gutshot in their Legacy sideboards? Because I kind of feel like Gutshot maybe solves some problems. I don't know. Because that is very good against Ragavan Days, right? I'm a little out of my element. I'll freely admit, but I just want to know if that's something people have been trying. Yes, that's good to hear. I feel like if Ragavan Days is like the scourge of Legacy, which is what the impression I'm under is that it's really, really popular. I just kind of feel like if every deck plays Gutshot, like how big a problem is it? Also, like Caracas it should be somewhat good against that too. So I don't know. I don't really know too much about what's going on in Legacy. I'm not paying that close attention to it. These are just some like ponderings. Totally healthy format solved by Gutshot. Sure, but it's also like Gutshot's really good against Ragavan, especially Dashed Ragavan. And it's also good against Ragavan Days. I don't know. It's just like, I kind of feel like Magic players tend to like over complain and under innovate just a little bit. And I'm out of my element, so I'm not convinced. I'm not saying that just play Gutshot 5-head. I'm just like, is that what people are doing? Because I kind of feel like it's what they should be doing. think we Awakening here. Put back the Typhoon, the Fountain. Crack is going to try to Seeing Frame out of play in Sideboard. It's good to hear. Again, I'm out of my element. Bloodstone actually pretty good against them. But it's like, you definitely saw it recently in Standard too. Like, a lot of Standard players... Oh, I'm so bad. Why don't we wait for Settle? I guess now that's what we're doing. Like, a lot of Standard players have been complaining about... yeah, I know. A lot of Standard players have been complaining about Chariot recently. Like, how Chariot's, like, just dominating the format, but... I just don't know how they can be like that sure that it's too good like a week into the metagame, you know what I mean? At last they go win 3-2, start off 3-0. And we didn't just throw away an ending in a game where we really can't afford to throw away ending though. Yeah, no need to shame concede. Okay, oh dude, I guess they're gonna attack with the Arbiter, but wait, how does Settle the Wreckage and Lead and Arbiter interact? Chariot to ring get 2 5/5s is no joke for Standard. I mean, I believe it. It's just like, but also like this is a format with Pithing Needle. This is a format with, I feel like a lot of answers to this. But I mean, I'm also out of my element. But it's just like Standard's been a thing for like a week. Really feels early. Same as Path. Awesome. Wait. So it doesn't work. Never mind. Unawesome. Right? Yeah. If you Path an Arbiter, they get to Surge. Yeah. They might still pay. They might not realize how it works. Okay, they realize. Needle Chariot, they get 2/2/2s. I mean, Needle's also good against Ren. But yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But you're also spending 1 mana as opposed to 4. It's kind of very similar to needling a Planeswalker. But yeah, you bring up good points. So if we drew another white card, we could have pitched Solitude, cast Solitude. We can play the Valakut Awakening on top land. So if we still have the Prismatic Ending in our hand, we can win here. We don't. If I cast Solitude, exile Giver, block Kaldra, I go up to 7, and I guess I'm not dead on board. I should do this main phase though, so they can't protection the Germ token. First strike? Oh yeah, we're dead to the first strike. Sorry, I forgot about the first strike. I'm not sure we had had a line there then. Maybe Cycle Typhoon hit Lotus Field. Yeah, which looks like we would not have drawn. That was the line we should have taken. So we cut these Chalices. I think I'm bringing in Monkeys for Chalice. Monkey would probably be pretty good on the play in this matchup. Wildfire is kind of good against Arbiter. Wear Tear for 5. I have Prismatic Ending, so I don't really think I want Wear Tear. I think I just kind of want to submit this. Ripper instant settle against humans over Sorcery Wraths. Probably settle. They play very few basics actually, and they're like not as likely to Meddling Mage Settle the Wreckage. Didn't have the blue for Cryptic. I had the blue for Cryptic if I cycle Typhoon and hit Lotus Field. Oh, unless you're responding to someone just saying cast Cryptic there. Not that the Lotus Field was on top of my library. Rare Tear hits Blaze, Revokers, Battle Skull. Yeah, but it misses Kaldra. They're gonna tutor up Kaldra more often than any other equipment, right? That's kind of the problem. Yeah, casting the Settle, like, it actually has like a lot of value because players are gonna respect it post board. This hand. Turn 1 Monkey on the play. We have 2 Lotus Fields. I think we have to mull again. Right, give me that 7 back. Alright, keep this 5, I guess. It's so bad. This hand, this 5 is so bad. Do I just go to 4? My opponent's also got a 6. I'm gonna go to 4. This 5 is just like not functional at all. Okay, keep 4. This hand is also terrible. Give me that 7 card hand back. But I think this is better than a 3. Maybe they'll play Arbiter. Maybe we'll draw a white source. Yeah, if we draw a white source and they played Arbiter, we go ending this. Maybe just Stone Rain them with Wildfire. Suda 11 months, appreciate ya. Oh, this is actually, oh sorry, well, they have the Giver to protect the Thalia. Yeah, definitely punted game 1, but this game seems really out of our hands. I'll take, you know, like another draw step, but Ragavan is you know, $1,000, but it's not so good that the turn 2 monkey gets us out of this. What are my thoughts on D&T right now? My thoughts are right now that I hate it. I hate that Wizards has let Thalia and Giver Reverence be legal this long, and that they're ruining my fun by doing so. Do it. But just beyond that, if you ask me right now what I don't think the deck's that good. I've had a lot of fun playing decks that I'm enjoying working on and playing, even if like they aren't the literal best deck I think I could be playing at the moment. I probably have to keep this. What about Golos still being banned? Well, I haven't, you know, Golos has been banned in EDH for what, like 3 weeks now, and I haven't put on deodorant, brushed my teeth, or showered in a full month out of protest for Golos being banned. And you know, Esther is not happy, but she does understand. She does understand that this is for a good cause. Am I planning on having a specific meetup at MTG Vegas? No, I don't know. I don't think so. If you see me, you can say hi. Just don't be weird. Just say hi. And I'm gonna be hanging out with Esther after the event. I'm not gonna be doing anything with like I think I'm going with like more of my friends too, more of my MTG friends. Just gonna be hanging with them. Or just come say hi. Don't be weird. You know, usual rules. Define weird. You know, like. It's like, how do you define weird? I don't know. If you feel like you're being weird, you know, use your best judgment, I guess. You can be a little weird, yeah. Like, by weird, I don't mean awkward. Like, I'm also, like, pretty awkward when people say hi to me because I'm not a very sociable person. But I think it's fine. You just both kind of get over it. And you both, you know. Like, being socially awkward isn't weird. But like being like pushy or demanding or touching me or asking me about expansion explosion, these are all good examples of weird things. Okay, not the expansion explosion part. You could please ask me about it. Like if anything you do to me might be a crime, you know, that's probably something that's not good to do if you might be doing a crime to me. Yeah, also, I'll sign. I'll actually bring a Sharpie with me because last time I went to the Hunter Burton recently and I didn't bring a Sharpie because I thought it was douchey to bring a Sharpie, assuming I'm just gonna have to sign a lot of things. But then I just kept having to tell people I don't have a Sharpie, so I'll just bring a Sharpie this time. I'll bring the Sharpie, and you bring the cards. Yeah, crimes are weird. Anything that might be considered a crime. Yeah, you can bring your own Sharpie as long as it doesn't have, like, knockout powder in it. You know, I open the Sharpie and I'm knocked out. I'll be wearing a mask, though, so I'll be insulated from any knockout powder. I'll sign yours, Nick, but nobody else. I guess it's Vegas. Do you have any new recommended shows to watch? Probably not, Villa. But I mean, maybe that's... I take the recommendations very, very seriously. Hand-drawn Golos portrait. Well, it probably won't be that good, but it sounds kind of funny to do. Alright, so we played this matchup earlier. I think this matchup's pretty good. Although we did take that L there. So I don't think Chalice is actively bad against Tron, but I do think that Ragavan is a lot better. And I'm gonna play Wear Tear on the play, maybe like Solitude on the draw. Yeah, I would sign an Expansion Explosion. The Expansion Explosion thing is definitely a meme, and I love signing Inside Joke cards. I signed a lot of Jade Avengers at the Hunter Burton. Okay, I won't sign 276 copies of a card, but I'll sign one. What's my favorite card to sign? Anything that's... I like to sign any card that's like $1 or less. I always have like Jade Avenger, Into the Story, Drown in the Lock. Those are the kind of cards I like to sign. Whenever I sign a card that's like $20 or more, I'm like... I feel like I'm ruining the card. I've been signing them as Aspiring Spike. Yeah, you remember the signets that I auctioned off for charity? The ones, the Secret Lair ones that had their special foiling? The person who got the signets requested that I sign them. And I did it, because that's how they wanted the signets. But I felt horrible signing, because they spent $3,700 on the signets. I felt horrible signing them. Just feel like I'm just destroying a collector's item. Please sign your buy. I will not sign your buy, Nick. I will not. I think no dual lands. I will not sign any reserve list cards. Yeah, the signets were so they sent like a bunch of streamers and stuff. They sent us some secret lairs, and the ones that I don't know why. I still don't know why this happened, but the ones they sent us had the regular foiling instead of the etched foiling that all the other signets in the secret lair were going to be. And so there was maybe like a dozen sets of these signets in regular foiling. And it was also only the enemy color signets. And so they're like just very, very rare misprints effectively. And it's also like they're also like very verifiable where they come from. So like I think that was like a little bit of another added bonus to their value. But I saw mine went for like 37. Amazonian, she auctioned hers off for charity too. I think she got like more than me. I think she got like 4K or something. But yeah, they definitely went for more than I expected. Can I get Esther to sign Rock Lobsters? Dude, if you see me and Esther will be like so incredibly thrilled if you ask her to sign something. Because someone have Esther sign something. She will love it. She will absolutely love it. Although I don't know that she's going to be at the tournament center that much. We'll see. Will she sign your Bayou? I don't think I could take it away from her. Esther can... Yeah, you guys can ruin your Bayous with Esther's signature. Okay, but also don't tell her that I told you to ask her that she would love to have something signed, Don't let her know. Okay, well that's an insane draw. I'm gonna plus, and then I think I'm just gonna bounce a Tron land here. I love this deck. This deck is just so freaking fun to play. Introduce yourself as Jin Mod. Yeah, I don't think I've met any of my mods IRL, and if I have and I forgot about you, sorry. But usually I don't recognize the username. Sometimes I do. It's happened a couple times. Where I sign both sides of Spikefield Hazard with a small portrait of me being impaled. I'm a really poor artist. They have to be stick figures. And then we get to Nexus of Fate. Thanks for playing tweeted good. I'm happy to hear it, Tatashi. You're working really hard, but it's also important to remember that when you're working as hard as you are, that there are diminishing returns to the amount of hours you spend on this stuff. But I still say Jace is a bad spot. I mean, I think you can play a Jace, Like, I don't think putting a Jason in your deck is the worst decision you could make. And if you consider, oh my goodness, and if you consider that to be a good spot, then it's in a good spot. Oh, we are really unlucky. We don't have enough mana to hardcast Typhoon, and Nexus here. Pretty unlucky. 1 mana short. Bloodsun does not turn off Tron, though. In fact, I remember when Bloodsun first came out, people were playing it in Tron. I would say that our draw this game has been good. I think we've had a good draw this game. I mean, I actually wrote like a big deep dive on like choosing your lands for decks. Reflecting Pool was in there. But usually I like Reflecting Pool in control decks that have access to a Triome. I don't love it so much in this deck because I guess it's not that bad with Lotus Field. Maybe it would be good in this deck. But I did mention Reflecting Pool in that article. Yeah, it's on CFB. It's on CFB Pro. It's behind the paywall, but it's also like, you know, I put a lot of work into it, a lot of time and effort. And it's just about like choosing specific dual lands, tri-lands, basic lands, and like how they fit in your mana bases and your brews. How do you judge a deck versus how good it is versus how good of a player you are? It seems like any deck you should play with on stream, you do well with it. Well, any deck I play with on stream, I think is like at least somewhat playable. You know what I mean? Like I think that the deck is reasonable to play on if I'm playing it on stream. And obviously, some of my decks I play will be better than others, but and if you're wondering, like, if you think I'm playing like a new tier 1 deck versus just like something that is somewhat playable but not going to be like that competitive in the long run, just ask me, and then that's how you tell. Where this deck, I think this deck is going to be like fine in the short run, somewhat playable, unlikely to be great forever. I mean, this is also like a high variance control deck where like you have like insane draws like this, so your deck looks so unbeatable. And then also you have decks where your deck just does nothing, and you compare that to other control decks where like the floor on a lot of control draws is not that low. Your deck's very consistent, but this is a somewhat inconsistent control deck. But your ceiling is way higher than other control decks draws, and you can mulligan more aggressively too. Yeah, high risk, high reward. That draw was incredible, though. What's here to say is Junsack? Well, I think Junsack could be like a tier 1 modern deck if people like spend the time to dedicate to mastering it. Like I have been so impressed by that deck, but it is not a tier 1 deck because it's not popular enough. Like tier 1 are usually gonna be the meta defining decks, but I'm like really impressed by Junsack. Is it winning more always irrelevant? Well, yes and no. It's like there's a difference between it being. It's not necessarily maybe it is win more. I don't know. It's like you just have like a higher your range of draws is greater. Like you have a higher upside and you have a lower downside. But also blue-white control is sometimes just like not powerful enough against Tron, where this deck can just power them, Like you could just let them do their thing sometimes. This hand's okay if we draw a red land. I'm gonna mulligan, I think. Okay, let's keep this. Mull to 5. I think when this deck wins, it always looks like win more. I don't think it's actually win more. Yeah, it's kind of hard to quantify win more, Keeping the draw, maybe, yeah. I think this hand's better, though. Is Ren and 7 modern playable? I think Ren and 7 is probably fringe modern playable, but the problem with Ren and 7 is if you're going to, play a big green spell that cares about lands, it's so hard to, justify casting Ren and 7 over Primeval Titan. And I don't think Ren and 7 fits that well into stock Amulet Titan, but I could be wrong. So it's if you're an Amulet Titan pilot, maybe you should test Ren and 7. And if you decide Ren and 7 isn't good there, I don't know exactly where it is. I know that Fran has been playing some Ren and 7 brews, though. I know that he's been playing it in some like Titania type shells, which is fine, I think, but I just don't know that it's better than other options that are similar to it, of course. Oh, did we drop? Are we still streaming? We're live, just dropped frames. I don't have a notification on my end, which usually I think means that it's on Twitch's end. I'm not sure. My webcam was a bit laggy, yeah. Looked okay on your side. Yeah, if it didn't happen for everybody, then it's usually on Twitch's end. Yeah, Lotus Field does lose hexproof with Blood Sun in play, but it's usually not that relevant since oh, interesting. A little late, Ragavan. It's usually not that relevant since it also turns off like Ghost Quarter Field of Ruin, but it is sometimes relevant, of course. Right on time. Again. Could there be a way to break Rin's 0 ability? I don't know. Break is a strong word, you know. They didn't crack their map. It's a bit weird. Alright, let's dash Ragavan and see if we find Karn the Great Creator. And then we can either go Teferi minus on O-Stone or Teferi plus and just be okay if they O-Stone. Oh, dude, we can also Sylvan Scrying for Lotus Field. But we can't also play Teferi if we do that. Yeah, I mean, Scrying for Lotus Field is sick here, but I think this is a bit better. I guess I could have minused on the map, too. I feel like that might have been bait. They played the Forest. I guess my opponent just hates Tron. I don't know. Bliss is pretty good here. It's going to kill my Teferi. It's going to kill a Ragavan. Oh, they have to shuffle O-Stone. No, we'll just draw another Lotus Field anyways. I guess I will still dash Ragavan. Oh, yeah, you know what? They might think Blood Sun turns off Tron. Although they shouldn't, because we've already Blood Sun them, right? Maybe not. I mean, it doesn't work that way. Yeah, maybe they decided out the power plans. You never know. Playing Sylvan Scrying in our deck? It's hard to splash green. I think you could tutor your Lotus Field or your Flagstones, but you can't tutor Blood Sun, you know? Although Flagstone's kind of like does a Blood Sun impression sometimes. Yeah, I think my opponent doesn't... Yeah, my opponent thinks that Blood Sun turns off Tron. I think we can infer that that's what's happening, but it does not. So... Unless there's something I'm missing... It also turns off Blast Sun, you know. Unless there's something I'm missing, we might just be getting a bit of a freebie here. Should we tell them? That's a good question. I think that... I don't know like what good etiquette is here, because I think it can come off as kind of rude to be like, especially if they do know and... Or if they realized, I don't know, it can come off the wrong way, I think. Alright, drawing that, I'll play this so I have Cryptic plus either Awakening or Force up. We should, yeah, I mean, I think we should. I think we should in this spot. But I think you want to, as always, in anything in life, you know, choose your words carefully. Yeah, I'll tell them after the match. Maybe I should have held this. I'm just going to cycle, though. Okay, I don't think I'm going to play this O-Stone. Just so you know. Yeah, this is just so you know, right? Yeah. Oh, no. Sorry. The Y needs to be before the K. Yeah, just so know you. Just so know you. That says thanks to the remind. GG. Like if you like add filler to the series, which when I think about Naruto, I straight up like remove filler from my mind, but if you keep filler in your mind, like that's easily knocks it into B tier. Yeah, but it's also like, yeah, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, like these are shows are like I have a lot of nostalgia for, and I grew up on these shows. And dude, Tron again, it's a good matchup. Just beat it. 2-0 against it today. My hand's kind of weak though. What kind of plot holes? Let's not get too. We can't derail again. I feel like that's all we talk about are plot holes in Naruto. What are my favorites? I think probably my 3 favorite animes, like, and these are like the only ones I've ever found to be they're plussing. Interesting. Not that we can ever win, I guess. But my favorites I've seen are probably. Hold on. Code Geass, Parasite, The Maxim, and then I'd say Odd Taxi, but that might have some recency bias. Where like I recently watched it, although it's been months at this point. But like those 3 are the ones I think are like very, very good, very well written, very well done. Don't have a lot of flaws. All of them have some flaws, of course. But those would be my favorites. Yeah, Fullmetal Alchemist is very good too. I would maybe put it up there too. I would say that one doesn't have like too many flaws either. All right, down a game though, but we did lose game 1 of last round and still won the match. This is how I sideboarded on the play, and then maybe I'll just keep the Wear Terran on the draw too. Berserk. Well, Berserk is my favorite manga, but there aren't very. I mean, there are decent anime adaptations. Like the '90s one is fine, but like it's not my favorite anime because most of the anime is just not as good as other animes. But that's just like a different conversation. Where like Code Geass is like Code Geass and Odd Taxi are both anime exclusive shows. And then I'm gonna mulligan this, I think. Okay, keep this. Yeah, both of those are anime exclusive shows, and then Berserk is like really best as a manga. I don't know if they've announced that Berserk is. They've announced that they have not announced if it's going to continue. I think it's probably not going to, but it's just all speculation, right? Your guess is as good as mine. I have seen Gurren Lagann. Yeah, I like Gurren Lagann. It's been a long time since I've seen it though. I have seen Oregon High School Host Club. That one's not too bad. It's fine. It's been a while for that one too. Okay, that was a great draw. That's a good draw too. Yeah, probably Kotal. I mean, we'll just give them time, right? Just give them all the time they need. Play a Saga Lantern control? Not really. Not really. So if I hit Karn, I think I'll just cast Ragavan. Play Teferi plus cast Ragavan, hold up Cryptic. Dude, I love this deck. This deck is a blast. Oh, should I bounce a Tron land here? It's kind of bad against Veil, but it's not like anything else we do is good against Veil here. What a turn, huh? What a turn. Okay, we can move on from the anime conversation. Yeah, I think I'll just keep the Weirtarian over the Solitude. I think this hand's pretty good. Put him almost to 6. I think I'll force a map. I don't usually force anything else besides map on turn 1. It's been a while since I've played. I mean, we've done it all day today, but just like the Force of Negation against Tron matchups, they used to be so common. Now they just aren't that common. It's a great draw. I mean, you don't like us, the show be very popular. Yeah, it's like, I mean, I love Naruto. But it's, I don't know. I think like sometimes you like things more than like the quality would otherwise suggest, where like, you know, I don't know exactly how to articulate that, but sometimes you just like something more than you should. You know what I mean? Just like, I guess Magic players definitely can identify with that idea, right? Where all of us tend to like gravitate towards one deck or one archetype more than we should. Just speaks to us some reason. Yeah. No counter there. No, we have the Wildfire, so I don't think we're supposed to force the Scrying. Examiner 2 months. Luris. A good Luris back to you, sir. Yeah, I think we let that go as well. Oh, that's an interesting one. I really want to play the Teferi, but I guess I will ending with Cryptic up. Ulamog exiled. Dude, Ragavan is so good against Tron. Nothing wrong. Yeah, I guess should is not the right word. But just like maybe liking something more than like the overall quality, like how polished it is. Music is the same way too, at least for me. I guess it's probably the same way for most people, where you end up liking a song that's not like the most polished, it's not the most like produced or like well written, just speaks to you on some level. But I agree, should is a poor word to use there. I really don't want to pitch the Nexus, but I will if I have to, of course. They only have 3 cards in their hand. Yeah, post-board this matchup has seemed like phenomenally good. Can we Nexus? I think we're 1 short of being able to Nexus. We untap the field. Yeah, we... Okay, now that should let us Nexus. Oh, we had the treasure from Ragavan. No, yeah, we were able to do it the whole time, I think. And we even have Veil of Summer up for protection. Yeah, I moved the Nexus to the sideboard. I'm not 100% sure that's good, but I added it to the sideboard, and then we're playing a Memory Deluge in that spot. Pretty good. 4-1. We probably could have been 4-1 with the last league too. We did mess up that match against Titan. A 7-3 all day with Jeskai, Lotus Field. I'll definitely take it. With nice Titania. I'll definitely take it. Again, I don't think this deck is cracked. I don't think it's the best control deck. But it does feel playable again, and this is just one of my favorite decks I've ever put together. So let's pay out the Believers. The Memory Deluge felt pretty good. I might want to play another one of those.